Just start. 3 laws to gaining momentum. Hey everyone, honestly I didn't really know how to start this YouTube channel or how to do the introduction, but that really ties into exactly what this video is about today, is about just starting and really just jumping in and nothing happens without gaining that momentum, so just do it, right? Nike says it all the time. Everything in life, guys, needs momentum. For you to really enjoy it, you don't start a video game and you're at the tutorial and you're just doing the tutorial over and over again. Grand Theft Auto, for example. I've started that game a few times, and at the beginning, it's always that annoying tutorial that, you can't jump into the game, get your cheats, get your cars, all that stuff. You gotta pass the tutorial first. And, that really provides you with the momentum and, to allow you to know how to really play the game and take advantage of all the features when you actually start, which provides you that real momentum. Same thing with driving a car. You're driving on the road, but you know where the fun really is. It's on the freeway. The first time you go 60 miles per hour, it's amazing. That's our bodies aren't even intended to go that fast, and here we are in vehicles traveling at that speed. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion, and that's how we really gain that momentum. You have to start something. If you're just sitting there, it's going to be really hard to get moving at first. But once you really start pushing past that, and you put that effort in the beginning, in the long run, it's really going to simplify itself, and you're going to have that snowball compounding effect. Guys, don't wait for a new year. I hate New Year's resolutions because New Year's resolutions, nothing ever happens with those. Nothing ever changes. If one digit on your calendar makes that big of a difference for you, then your life must be really hectic, honestly. Because those little things, it won't even make a difference. What's the difference between December 31st and January 1st? Nothing's gonna change. If it didn't change last year, it's probably most likely not gonna change this year. So why not go ahead and fast forward that? Why not just, not even tomorrow. Forget about, okay, one last day, I already ate unhealthy. I didn't work out, or this and that. It's not about the day that you start. It's about the time and the moment you decide to be different, to change, to be different. Things aren't counted by days and years. It's really the moment at which you decide in your life is where everything actually changes. And I only spell waiting one way: W-E-I-G-H-T. I-N-G if you say waiting. The longer you wait, the heavier it's going to become. It's going to be harder to get that project off the floor. It's going to be harder to, build that confidence or really jump into things, and again, it's really about gaining that momentum. And what you really need is that energy to gain that momentum. How do you get that energy? You guys know Tony Stark. I love, when I first seen Iron Man, it blew my mind. I love seeing him in the cave and, putting this entire suit together with his arc reactor. That was like just mind blowing, just to see someone's ingenuity and genius in a cave in such a life-threatening situation. He built an arc reactor, and that's what I feel like we really need in our life, is something that can supply us with that energy and give us what people call the secrets or the laws to success, to be able to propel us forward in our endeavors and our projects. I want to call this project, or this reaction within you, is the arc reaction, because he's got the arc reactor. It's infinite energy, right? It's just pumping out juice for his body and his Iron Man suits. So how do we get this arc reaction to happen with us? The arc reaction actually stands for 3 different things: accountability, responsibility, and consistency. These are the 3 things I learned in my journey so far. Walking the runway, being model, nothing big, just local shows. Going into that field, really beginning to organize events and learn how to really network, and what it meant to really build your network, because I learned your network is your net worth. So going into that and Forex and all this stuff, these are the 3 things that I learned in all these different fields, and from other people as well, that I was always looking for the secret. How'd you do this? How'd you do that? How'd you do good? And I kept coming across the same answers. It was accountability, responsibility, and consistency. If it wasn't all 3, it was one of those. And every leader, every successful person can swear by it, that if you could begin to master one of those, the rest will fall in line. Now, producing the arc reaction, I'm going to go into just a couple things and thoughts and ideas that will maybe help shift your mindset into this new paradigm and really give you the Perspective into looking deeper into yourself, some more introspective research, and finding out who you really are. Because I feel like if you don't do that inward research, you're never really going to find out what's out there that resonates with you. How do you know what resonates with you if you don't even know who you are, or you don't know you're the frequency at which you're resonating at? A quote by Moliere that I came across was, "It is not only what we do, but also what we do not do, for which we are accountable." So regardless of what you're doing, you're solidifying, you're practicing and becoming the person that you're choosing to be. By choosing to not do something, you're instilling that habit of not doing it. You're instilling that character, and you're becoming that person who identifies with not doing that thing. You choose not to be fit, or you choose not to study. These things, why aren't you getting active? Why aren't you doing this or doing that? Now, accountability, your ability to count. Are you counting correctly? Are you scoring other people and forgetting to score yourself? You can't count a sports game by only counting one team. Once you really realize and reel that in, accountability, we can't blame others. We can't do that stuff. We can't. Another quote that I actually came across, it was by Doug Larson. He said, "The reason people blame things on the previous generation is that there's only one other choice." Now, that spoke volumes to me when I came across that quote. We always want to blame something external, while the problem that's perpetuating itself into your life and your reality is something internal. It's something that has been bothering you, or it's something that other people can bring up out of you by giving a certain response. Yeah, if you can't find that accountability for yourself, let's go with that. Let's blame everyone else. Let's accept that everyone else is the source of your problems. Okay, sounds good. What are you gonna do about it? Is that it? Are you just gonna accept that, okay, they did this, your parents did this, these people did that, they didn't allow you to do this, it's the place you live, this or that. Okay, what are you gonna do about it? Are you just gonna keep complaining? Are you just gonna continue writing down the cons instead of the pros? Let's truly accept that someone else is to blame. What are you gonna do with that? Let's accept it. Now what? Now what's the next step? How are you gonna come out of it? Are you gonna grow? Are you gonna continue to stay in that loop, and it's just gonna perpetuate itself over and over again? So regardless of the cause, we must remain accountable to the outcome. It is what you choose. Your circumstance, who you're becoming, the type of person you are, is an accumulation of all of your choices. So if you want to become a better person, if you want to progress and grow, do better things. Do different things. Identify yourself with different habits. I'm going to do another video. I think the next video I'm going to do is going to be on identity. But yeah, that's the type of person you will choose to become on your own. Now, responsibility is the next step in the arc. For A, we have accountability. The R stands for responsibility. And to really understand this, we have to go a little bit deeper. Look at the word responsibility. Here's a quote by Stephen Covey. He said, "The ability to choose your response is responsibility. Highly proactive people recognize that responsibility, and they do not blame circumstances, conditions, or conditioning for their behavior. Their behavior is a product of their own conscious choice based on values rather than a product of their emotions based on feeling." This word breakdown really speaks volumes to me. As a trader in the market, I learned how to utilize different strategies and indicators to be able to influence my trading decisions. Now, these indicators were lagging indicators. They already took into account what happened on the chart, and they gave you a cleaner way to read the situation, and it helps you supplement your, okay, should I be in a buy or a sell? Are we going for the bulls or the bears? So that it's considered a lagging indicator. It's not telling you what's gonna happen in the chart. It's telling you what has happened, is strength building up, this type of stuff. Our emotions in life, I learned, are a lot like these lagging indicators that we see in trading the markets. When we have an emotion or a response to an external stimuli, we are not required to respond to it immediately. That's an indicator for you. You're supposed to take that in, acknowledge the thought, and it's not about, oh, be positive all the time, think about good things, do good, be good, all these things. You know, don't get too caught up in that. You're allowed to feel negative. You're allowed to, feel bad about this, or, feel off. Allow yourself these things. You're human. But when you have an emotional response to something, you can, we all meditate. We all try to breathe, try to do these mindfulness practices, but none of us ever use it in the time of need, which is why a lot of people say, oh, meditation is bullshit. Well, did you try it when you got angry? I promise you. And if you've gotten angry and you started counting to 10 and taking deep breaths, I promise you that anger won't be there anymore. And anyone who says that doesn't work is a liar, unless your body is chemically wired to react differently. That's the response you're gonna get. You're breathing the oxygen that goes to your blood. Your body is able to calm down and make well-informed decisions based off of this external stimuli. So if someone does something to piss you off or hurts you or something like that, you don't have to respond. You could take it in, take a deep breath, and respond. People think a conversation is supposed to be hey, 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 non-stop, from one to the next. But you'll find your conversations flowing a lot better and have much more meaning if you take that deep breath. Let's say someone asks you something and you take a deep breath, think about it, and respond. Respond carefully and accordingly. You only have one life, and once you say words, once they're out of your mouth, they never go back. So you're only allowed one chance at all these things. So be very mindful and aware of your emotions, not what you're thinking. Remember, that's one thing about the law of attraction that really tripped me up. I want to do a video on that as well. The law of attraction is powerful, but a lot of people get caught up in the very little details, and they really beat themselves up over it. Don't beat yourself up for thinking negatively. What you need to do is build better habits on how to get out of those negative thoughts. If I feel like I have an argument with my wife, or a situation with my daughter, I'm a terrible father, I'm a terrible husband, this and that. These thoughts perpetuate because those are the habits that I have. I usually think, I start to think these things. But even if I don't feel it, I still, in my own head, respond to myself and say, you're a great father. You're amazing. You're powerful. You're strong. You're not weak. You're consistent. You're powerful, and you're able to get through these things. And, I really talk myself up. You're the only one who's ever going to really be there for you till the end. So if you don't master this skill now, life is going to be really hard for you. So, that's all. I talk myself, even if I don't feel it, even if I don't feel the best, I tell myself I'm the best. Because once you continue to say that every time you have those bad or negative thoughts, you're gonna gain that habit. You're gonna start getting the habit of saying good things, and soon your good thoughts and your perspective and your paradigm will just begin to shift, and you'll continue towards being more mindful of your external stimuli and being able to respond accordingly. Now, with consistency, this quote by Michelle Phan, it's very easy to make a viral video, but longevity and consistency, that's hard. So what are you gonna do once you hit 1 million followers? What are you gonna do? Let's say you hit the lottery and you make $1 million, you've been waiting for it. Are you just gonna go blow it? Are you gonna educate yourself now? Are you gonna find a way to continue being able to perpetuate the reality where you're receiving these blessings? Or are you just gonna go blow it and not educate yourself, not put yourself into a position to not just be lucky one time, but to do it consistently? Once let's say you made $1 million. Tony Robbins spoke about this. He said his mentor told him, it's not about making your first $1 million and doing something with it. It's about the fact that you made it and what type of person did you become to make that. And Tony Robbins didn't realize what that meant. He was like, bullshit, it's about the first million. He made his first million by 30. By 31, he was completely broke. And he realized that, hey, it wasn't about the money. It was about the character and the person I became to be able to earn that money. Because now the million went, but now because of his values, his work ethic, he's gonna go and casually, easily, with no resistance, continue doing what he was doing, get another million, and just, learn from his mistakes. And that's what a lot of people are afraid of. They're afraid of losing or making those mistakes, but that consistency is what's gonna iron it out. People have years, 20, 30, 40 years of experience in their fields, and they still make mistakes. So you're never gonna be perfect. Think like a Spartan, guys. Leonidas said, I love this quote, Spartans do not ask, how many the enemy are, but they ask where the enemy is. So don't let circumstances change what you were built to do. You know, go after your goals no matter the obstacles that are in your way, and you know, just know where your goal is and take every step you know it'll take to get there. Work out daily, read daily, breathe, and be mindful daily. What you do throughout your day is what you will be doing for the rest of your life. You know, you're consistent whether you like it or not, but what are you really consistent with? What are your habits making you into? What type of person are you becoming? What is your job making you into? What kind of person is it making you into? It's not about the money. You can make $1 million in a year, but if you're becoming a shitty person doing it, it's not going to be worth it. You're not going to love yourself, and neither is anyone else. So guys, you know, that about wraps up the ARC process, the ARC reaction. These 3 things, if you can pay attention to these 3 things, be mindful and learn how to really practice getting 1% better every day, which is something I've been implementing. I used to try to make huge leaps and bounds, but I realized just getting 1% better every single day has made more differences than studying and like just dragging out for hours at a time, because those are forced habits. But when you have easy, simple habits that it's just become second nature, success will become second nature for you. You will become a successful person. Do 1% better every single day and you will begin to fuel that ARC reaction. Comment down below 3 things that you will do daily which will help you get 1% better every day in your ARC reaction. Bringing to your awareness, what's one new thing you can do for accountability, responsibility, and consistency? You know, I really hope that this brought some insight to a lot of you in what it takes to really achieve your goals and really gain that momentum that a lot of people need. With these 3 things fueling your ARC reaction, I have no doubt. In fact, I can promise you that you will become unstoppable. The changes that you will make, these little things that you implement, will become you will become unstoppable, and I could promise that, because you will believe in yourself, you will be confident in yourself, and you will understand yourself, which I believe is the most important and underestimated part in you know, doing anything in this world. Is a lot of people think we got to study externally, study the subject extremely well, know it inside out, front and back pages. No, you got to understand yourself, because once you understand yourself, everything else will come second nature. Success, wealth, happiness, joy. And you know, it's not that struggle or pain won't be there in your life, but it'll become near effortless for you to be able to get past it. Guys, go ahead, comment below comment below the 3 things that you'll do daily, and comment down below the 3 things you'll do daily and get better 1% every single day. Love you guys. Y'all have a good one. Favel Tramus out.